Well, this is going to be my third video, I guess, because I just did another one just a few minutes ago, a short one. I hope you watch it. I hope you watch this. As I said in that, it's funny here because the other day it was like 90 degrees. Now it's in the 50s and rain and some wind, although the wind not blowing right now. But anyway, I'm up here on the hill, not quite as high as I was, but I'm underneath a tree in case it does start raining. And got a few things I want to say. Don't want to ramble, because I'm trying to do better in these videos. But anyway, this video, I want to talk about what's going on with the police, what we're seeing with the police, and with the George Floyd thing, and now the thing in Atlanta, and I think these things are what make me want to talk about things. But you know, I don't know. I don't know all the circumstances. I don't know the situation. I don't know what everybody said, what everybody did. I don't know. But as I've said in other videos, I try to relate things to my life. I try to understand. I try to work through things and try to think about things. Now, when I was young, I was what around here you call a hellion. As I said before, I grew up pretty rough, and I lived pretty rough for many, many years. And when I was young, I spent a lot of time in beer joints, redneck beer joints, biker bars, clubs. I mean, whatever it was. You know, if I thought there was a good time there, I was all in for it. And I got in a few things I wish I hadn't gotten into in those places. And one particular story I want to share with you is, and I got a point I'm getting to here, but one particular story I want to share with you is, me and this other boy, when I was younger, we'd been sideways a couple of times. And sideways down here means we weren't exactly getting along. Well, one night, he started off confrontation. I'm going to be honest with you. But I escalated it. Well, next thing I knew, there was one of me. I ain't really sure how many there was of them, but there was more than one. There's enough of them. I know that. Well, we wound up out in the parking lot, and there wound up a little bit of gunplay, and which I ain't proud of. And anyway, I wound up stressed out in the parking lot with and beat up pretty bad. Shot at a few times, and I've been shot at a few times. I ain't never been hit, and that's the part I hear that's really bad. But anyway, so when all of a sudden, you know, I mean, the police are there, the ambulance there, all that. Well, they take me to the hospital, and they sew me up. I mean, one of my eyes, they put back in, and I still got a dent in the back of my head from a gun butt, and I beat up pretty bad. And so they sewed me back up, put my eye back in, sewed my head back up, and that really wasn't nothing new to me. I mean, I had my jaw broke 3 places, I had my lip sewed back on, had one eye sewed in twice, one sewed back in once, so I was kind of used to that stuff. But anyway, when it was over with, they took me to jail. And I ain't real proud of that either. And my kids are probably going to see this, and they ain't going to be proud of this either. But I'm just telling you the truth. But so they took me to jail. Well, I didn't think it was fair, really, that I was in jail and they were home. But, you know, life's not really fair. And I figured that out. And I used to tell my kids that, you know, when they'd be like, that ain't fair. I'd be, well, I don't know who told you that everything's fair, because it wasn't me. Because I figured that out early. So anyway, so I was pretty upset. And I was pretty upset for a little while. But what came out of this for me is that I might not have started this. I did instigate it or accelerate it or whatever. I took it to a different level. But the thing is, if I hadn't been in that situation, this wouldn't have happened. So I can get mad at everybody else. I can get mad at the ones that that beat the hell out of me and put me in the hospital and put me in jail. And their story was different than mine, of course. But the thing is that if I hadn't put myself in that situation, it would have never happened. So sometimes you just got to look at, and when I look back on my life, every bad thing happened to me, I put myself in that situation. I can blame somebody else for what happened. And when you go back and look at these, nobody needs to be shot. And I put myself in situations like, well, it didn't have to turn out that bad. But the bottom line is I put myself in that situation. So when everybody's talking about all this police brutality and stuff, I've never had anything bad happen to me that I didn't put myself in a position for something bad to happen to me. In a beer joint, in a whatever it was, So it kind of, this is really going to sound bad, but it kind of hits me funny that anytime anybody gets shot, anytime anybody gets killed, they're like the perfect person in the world. It's like they're the greatest brother, they're the greatest father, they're the greatest whatever. Well, that really can't be true, because when I was minding my own business, I really never got in trouble with the police. Now, you can call that white privilege, you can call it whatever you want to, but I don't agree with that. But I'm just saying that if you don't put yourself in a situation to have a problem, most of the time you don't have a problem. So I wish people would just look at this from a two-part thing. Should somebody be shot? We all value life. I don't think anybody, I hate to see anybody get shot or killed. But I have to think back about my life and say that every bad thing happened to me, I put myself in a position for that to happen. If I hadn't have been in the place I was at, if I hadn't have been high or drunk or whatever, if I hadn't been fooling around with somebody's girlfriend, if I hadn't been doing this, I hadn't been doing that, it wouldn't have happened. So, let's don't blame it on the. Now the consequences may not match the crime sometimes, but if there wasn't a crime to start with, there probably wouldn't be any consequences. Nowadays I kind of just mind my own business and go about my way and try not to offend anybody, and I hope I don't offend anybody in this. But just think about how better off we would be if we all just minded our own business, helped each other out, didn't put ourselves in position to cause any problems. So anyway, I appreciate your time, appreciate you listening to this. If you like it, I hope you share it. If you don't like it, I hope you tell me what the problem is. God bless you. God bless all of us, and let's just hope we all can figure out a way to get through this. But let's just all pray for each other. Thanks.